February the 29th, 2024. Guys, you're looking at radar images, over the panhandle of Texas. And it's quite a blessing, this moisture, because you just have coming out of the second largest wildfire in the Texas history. And remember in the last video I did, we saw it spread overnight in the satellite imaging and into Oklahoma. But you're under winter weather advisories now in a large section of this area. And I was looking through the cloud cover to see if I could see any remnants of fire, and I couldn't because of the cloud cover. Even on the fire setting for the satellite filters, just wasn't, you can't see anything there except heavy cloud cover. But to me, this would be a blessing and kind of a silver lining on a very dark cloud. One thing I will say is the images that I saw of the fire were the worst I think I've ever seen, as far as how fast it spread, how large they were, and how many folks were affected over such a large area. Now, the last report I saw, and I hope that I'm right about this, there has been no loss of life there. No one has died from it, but there's been a lot of property loss, and with that much fire spreading that quickly, power lines, things like that had to be compromised. Also, I've been through this area, going up through Wichita Falls, going to Arizona, guys, and there's a lot of windmills, your big wind generating turbines. And so I don't know how that is fared, exactly where the fires were compared to where all these large again, wind farms are. So let us know about that, guys. But again, this could help really put out a lot of those fires. And you're still in a heavy wind warning. North and east of this area is in red flag warning still. So don't burn. Even south in Mississippi, it's not under a red flag warning, but there's advisories to not burn because of high wind. But guys, again, this could help with what was again, Texas's second largest wildfire. And in the middle of the day yesterday, it was reported that 500,000 acres were on fire. And when I did my video the day before that, it was 250,000 acres. So it's a very large, fast-moving fire. Now, looking at the local watches, warnings, and advisories, you can see the purple area, which is Amarillo and Hereford here. Those are winter weather advisories. The rest of this is mainly hazardous weather, but notice this fire weather watch, special weather statements in these areas right there. So still be careful, but it looks like you guys are getting a life-saving winter weather system moving through there. I know it's going to be cold. Some of you guys may not have power. Try to get to somewhere where you can stay warm. Some people have lost your homes and businesses too. Devastating videos. Again, they looked like from a movie, but worse. I just wanted to bring this up, guys, and let you know maybe some help's coming in there to you. But remember, I've been through this area in the wintertime, and it can get rough. If it hadn't been for snow plows and some of those West Texas roads, we wouldn't have made it through there. And it was at nighttime. But again, guys, just wanted to bring this up. Some relief's coming. And even here I've noticed in Arkansas and sections of North Mississippi, light icing now. We're in the 40s here. Light rains expected throughout the day, but we're nowhere near in any really winter weather this far south. It's a little warmer than that. But you guys up in Texas, keep your heads up. Oklahoma also. Remember, northeast from here. Let's take a look at that. I'll just show you what we're talking about on these red flag warning areas. Now take a look at the central part of the nation, here from Kansas all the way up into northwestern Iowa, here into central Nebraska, and into northwestern Missouri. You've got red flag warnings. Don't burn anything. You don't want to end up like Texas. Now notice the weather in Texas here, winter weather advisories and wind warnings is moving in your direction. So this moisture will help that effect of this high winds and the dangerous dry conditions. All along the West Coast, you've either got blizzard warnings, winter weather storm watches and advisories, And even here, guys, up into Montana and central Idaho, you are dealing with avalanche warnings, not watches, warnings. And that's when people don't pay attention to that. That's where we see in the papers and in the news fatalities buried in these snowdrifts from the avalanches. So just pay attention to that. But again, it looks like Texas, after one of the most devastating fires you've ever seen, you're going to get some relief, and that's a good thing. Guys, I had a comment on the last video, said, BP, you got to let us know what's going on with the medical situation. And they're right. It did sound like my daughter, but sometimes you just hate to kind of keep on about something. But I was in the hospital yesterday, and they were, if you guys, let me back up. If you remember, the way they found the problem with my kidneys is I thought I'd torn an ab muscle or something lifting a bunch of dog food. After a couple of weeks, I had to go into the hospital because of swelling and pain there in my stomach. Well, yesterday they went in and rescanned the kidneys, and they were what they call kind of heavily calcified. But in my stomach, it's what they call diatriculosis, and that's where the pain's coming from there. So I'm kind of dealing with two things. I'm going to be back at the doctor again today. They're going to be looking at the CDs and stuff, the images they took yesterday, and we're going to go from there. So we're going to be dealing with two different doctors, one for the kidneys and one for the diatriculosis. So I'm hanging in there, guys. It's kind of a roller coaster ride with the blood pressure medicine. If you don't see me doing a video in the late evenings very much in the last few weeks, it's because my blood pressure will have dropped so low by 2:30 or 3 o'clock. Like 90 over 60, going from very high 170s over the 130s very quickly. It could be kidneys. I'm not sure. It can be related, but it drains you just instantly, like someone pulled the plug. And can sit there and watch a video or two, but to try to put one together is impossible. Mostly just, so I have actually been laying down 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's because that's all you can do. But guys, y'all have been so supportive, and I appreciate it so much, both the prayers and your financial support. It's been a big relief from days when I have to take off. Then I know that backup is there, and your support's there, and your prayers are there, and you don't know how much I appreciate it. God bless every one of y'all. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe. You guys, Texas and Oklahoma, keep your heads up.